man.
Hey man. How's it going? Seeing if anyone joins. I mean, it's a random time. It's 11:40, 11:45. So I'm not expecting many people to be here. So I just thought I'd jump on and play. band. I do like little bits. Not in a band, not claiming that. What do you mean? Sorry. Sorry. What does that mean? Yeah, what's going on, people? What do you mean bot? Clinus 3. So I'm a bit lost. Yeah, just anyone's got any questions or anything, happy to answer. I'm just having a little jam on a, what are we, Wednesday morning, my end. Let me know where you're from, let me know where you're watching, or you know what's happening. Yeah, anyone got anything they want to ask? Let me know. You got any questions? Or anything what I'm playing? Or any scales? Or any theory? what's everyone up to? So some of the things I'm doing here is on like in the B flat, but I'm incorporating the 5 chord being there, even though it's not there. So if I'm over B flat, kind of like a B flat 13, I'm incorporating like a F dominant, F7, F9, flat 9, to go back to this like B flat. So I'm incorporating it, so it's not even there. So I'm playing like F altered. So I'll show you what that sounds like. If I can play that anywhere really. So if I'm like, so here, just incorporating that for a short time. And then landing back on that F. So I'm incorporating the 5 chord with it not being there, which sounds quite cool, I think. So that lick, if you want to know that, so I'm starting on the 3rd of F. So imagine this is over the F, so I'm going. Then landing on my 5th of B flat. If you want to get that lick down, it's quite a nice one. So this is over F altered, or F7. I like doing that in closure as well, so I could go. Oh, sorry. So I'm enclosing that 1 at the root of B flat. So. So that's the kind of feel. So I'll set it up first. What's quite nice as well is like I'm playing through the bar line, so I'm not landing on the back on the B flat on beat 1. So sometimes it's quite nice to stay in that altered or that altered, bringing that tension as long as you can. So I'm playing over the bar line. Like if I wasn't playing over the bar line, it would sound like this. So if I'm like, so I'm bringing it back in key at the right time. But sometimes I'm playing over the bar line, which makes it give that tension a lot longer. So watch. So like I'm playing into that B flat a bit and still playing the altered. I think sometimes people get stuck into have to resolve on the 1, but sometimes it's quite nice to play through the bar line, which I didn't used to do, but hey, but yeah, I just like that sound of sometimes keeping that tension in as long as you can. So play through the bar line on stuff, like especially when you're playing like outside stuff or whatever. It can sound quite cool to leave that tension there for as long as you can. Right, as long as your timing's good. So fine. So like that, it's kept up for a bit longer. You can go as long as you want. You know, you can play out for as long as you want. Just bring it back in like when you want. Just make sure that timing is good, because the minute my timing isn't good or I'm fluffing it, it's just going to sound a bit, you know, strange. So yeah, keep it, you know, yeah, keep it as long as you can kind of get away with. So maybe, yeah, just try it with like a crotchet or further if you want. So I'll try. So there I played. just kept it for a bit longer. Yeah, strong beat will end on like a good resolving line. So if this is in B flat, right, I'm thinking of my third here or my minor third. It's like that kind of thing. Like third to the root is a good way. Something like that. Something strong. I don't know. Maybe if I land on say a fourth, it's going to want to resolve from there. Like that's anywhere within I'm playing. So if I'm like, see what I mean? So landing on the fourth is a nice one to create tension as well. Just keeping that fourth there. Yeah, you can stay in that altered for as long as you want, really. I think a lot of people get stuck up, like I say, of just playing, keeping it to the straight on the grid, but play over the bar line. It's nice, but yeah, that lick there. Oh. Yeah. What you can also do is just like, especially if you're going to like in a 2-5-1, if you're playing in a major 2-5-1, just before it lands on the one, you can play what you'd play at just a semitone up. Or you can do it here as well. If I'm playing B flat, I can think B mixed Lydian just before I'm coming back in, so I could sidestep it basically. That's another way you can do it. But yeah, it's just a cool thing to be able to do. Is just try and play over that bar line, because it's so used to playing on the grid that it can take a bit of practice when you first do it to try and which intervals are stronger. So like, let me just go back to this jam I was playing. Depends what chord you're playing over. So in this case it's in B flat, so I'm thinking root, third, fifth, flat 7, any one of those. So root, third, fifth, flat 7, root, third, fifth, flat 7. That's the best. That's the best ones to try and resolve on. Especially with this B flat though, you know. Hold on. Yeah, so like I'll just answer that question first. Yeah, so if I'm playing, so that's back to the root there. Okay, now I'll resolve to the third. That's the major third. Flat 7, not as nice as the major third or the root is probably resolved to. Obviously still an important chord tone. So yeah, any one of those. Yeah, you get the 7th, like the 9th is a great one. I like the 9th to like just build up on. Especially like if you're doing like a minor 2-5-1, like on the minor 2, the 9th is a really nice one to start on. But yeah, if you're on the 9th, so if I'm like this and playing, the 6th as well, the 13th. The 13th sounds really nice. So if I'm here, yeah. What are the 3 things you don't like about this guitar? What, this PRS? What I don't like? Do you know, there's not much I don't like. I couldn't probably name you 3 things. one thing, when you buy it, I've had it rewired, but what's his name? Dave Grimson is his name. I think the DGT is the signature, isn't it? Wires them differently. So the bridge, this is normally the volume, right? He has it the other way around. So when you're on the bridge, he uses it as this one, which totally messes with my head. The price is not bad. This is a SE, and it was like 650 quid I got it for the guitar what you get. So I'd actually say the price is one of the best things about it. So yeah, the bridge, sorry, was wired in, so it'd be this one, which would, for me, would be the neck, right? As I'm thinking this down, and the switch is down on the bridge. It's this. This is a tone here. This is just a push-pull on the tone. So yeah, I got it rewired, but that's the only thing. So on the neck, I've changed it to this one now. The bridge is now on this one, whilst it was the other way around. So every time I used to play it live, it just used to mess with my head totally, because it just would end up trying to lower the volume at the end of a track or a song or recording, and I would end up nothing would happen because I'd be on the wrong one. So I got that rewired. That's the only thing. But that's the way he likes his guitar, so what am I to say? I would just either get used to it, but if you play other guitars as well, then maybe just have them wired to what you can. Yeah, the price was really good. I mean, the price was, what did I get the price for? It was like, $650 or something ridiculous, just before Christmas. I got a bit of discount on it, but I think still they're like 700. I mean, this is, like I say, this is an SE. I haven't played a core one. I imagine the core is like obviously a couple grand more. But yeah, that's the only thing. It stays in tune nicely as well. Haven't even replaced anything about it. Haven't altered the pups on it or the pickups. And the neck's really nice. Haven't really changed anything. So that's the only thing I'd say. It's wired. The wiring of the pickups is the only thing. Also with intervals, it's nice to just sit on that note, like really target those chord tones you want to, well not chord tones, but notes you really want to try and work on. So if it's like the sixth, yeah, that's just my, I think, just opinion. I think that's it. It's the first PRS I've ever owned as well, so I really like it. And you got any questions of what you can play over this? It's just in a B flat kind of groove. If anyone's got ask any like questions, what am I thinking? What am I scared? Am I thinking? Let me know. take over, man. I mean, this is what it's for. This is what I jump on for. Do you mean rested triplets or duplets? I always try and like syncopate and mess up with rhythm. I think that's one of my favourite things I like to do. So a good one with that, like I've talked about on here before. So a good one is just taking like a group of like 16th notes. So if you're doing 16th notes like this has got a bit of a swing feel, so it's a bit trickier. I want to try maybe with a metronome to start with, but when it's like nested. No, not really. I thought you meant rested. So, but what I do like to do is have like rest 16th notes and stuff like that. Yeah, if you've ever tried that. I've never really done the nested idea. I don't know. Maybe I do subconsciously. I've never worked on it. But I like messing with a lot of rhythmic ideas, so maybe. It's another something I've consciously worked on, let's just put it like that. So that kind of thing, like, yeah, say if I'm doing like 16th notes, dig it, 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 dig it. Like if I was going along here. So that's dig it, you know. Dig it, dig it, dig it. Dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it. So what I'll do is I'll take out each one of those semiquavers. So instead of doing like dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it, I might take out the first one. So it's instead of doing dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it, I'm going to go da 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 da. So I'm putting a rest on the first one basically. So you can get some cool rhythm stuff like that if I Do you know what I mean? So even though it's actually you're playing one less note, it's actually a bit harder to keep that control in time. So instead of going, but what you can do is take out each rest for each one. So instead of being digga da 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 da, I took out the first one, right? So imagine I got 4, so I can take out the second one, which would be da 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 da. So I'm missing out the second semiquaver. I'm putting on a rest. So it'd be like instead of da 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 da, I'm going da 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 da. It's another little rhythm you can have. So it'd be. bit for each one. So the next one would be da 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 da. So instead of digga 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 digga, I'm missing out the third one. It'd be da 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 da. So that would sound like da 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 da. Yeah, you mix and match any way you want. Another thing I like to do is just like accent every third semiquaver. So it'd be like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 so it'd be like 1 2 3 sounds cool. Like you hear Guthrie do that a lot. I'm like, great way of getting some like weird, like syncopated, like rhythmic stuff. So I like that one. Like anything odd, like number, like so like. And then you're resolving it. And what's quite nice is you can do that with some outside notes as well. So if I'm like da 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 da. Yeah, it's quite a nice subdivision to try and do. I haven't got a lot of this distortion as well, so I'm trying to play like super clean. I tend to practice with not a lot of distortion, so I can really hear everything. Look, there's no sustain, so. Let's see what else I've got here. But yeah, what's everyone? What the sort of patterns I'm doing there? Kind of. What's particular lines like? But those kind of lines. Yeah, they're kind of like kind of ish muscle memory, but like this is sort of it slow. It kind of I'm in key still. They're all just some with chromaticism, and making sure I'm just not playing 3-note per string like. Let's just I got bored of that years ago, so I'm just hyper picking a lot of notes. Yeah. Hey Dexter. Where do you live? Whereabouts do you live? Oh yeah, you live in Bristol, don't you? Yeah, where is it you live again? I can't remember. Give it a go. Exeter, I'm not far from Exeter. When you're down, give me a bell. We'll meet up. We'll definitely meet up. Oh, cheers, man. Well, Guthrie is my absolute hero. But if I can understand anything at 1% like him, then I'd be happy. posted it in the chat in a minute. If you go on my last, actually the video I uploaded yesterday, if you go on the video I uploaded, I just added a little jam over this track. You can see it. Let me just see if I can find it. I can't remember. But yeah, I did it yesterday. So you can find it in the, I think, description I put it. It's just called Groovy Rock Fusion Backing Track in F Sharp Dorian. So what are you saying here? Do I have any jazz theory lessons? What, on like a course or something? I haven't done a course yet. My plan is to do a course. I've kind of written a lot of stuff for a course. My plan was to do that this year. I just need to record it, but I do private lessons. So if you did want to jump on board private lessons, you can. Anyone can email me. I'll put my email in the chat. If anyone wants lessons or whatever. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, no, we had a few lessons, didn't we? It's never ending cycle of learning, never stops. So I was saying to someone the other day is no worries. Like, you know, you can go to university. I don't know if some of you guys went to university, whatever you studied, like say if you didn't do music. Thanks for subscribing, thank you. You know, you can go to university and say if you did like a high-end job, like solicitor's, lawyer, you can spend 4 years, or a doctor, 4 years, and you're out. And you can get paid whatever X amount of money, which is great. But music and guitar, as long as you, like, you know, 4 years is just nothing. 30 years is, you know, you need a lifetime to be able to do one genre almost. So imagine trying to fit everything in. Like, you want to do rock, you want to do blues, you want to do jazz. It's like, it's never anything. I think people who don't play guitar or musical instrument don't understand what it takes to kind of get good at something. Especially nowadays with onliners, you can just load up your phone and just see some absolute wild genius from like China who's like 8 years old who can play better than you. And it's like, well, that's the level. It used to be who's the best in your town, and if you were like the best in your town, that's a big thing. If you're the best in your village, wow. But now it's just like everyone is against whoever you see on the internet. Depends really. Like, yeah, minor 9 chords are nice. If you like E minor 9, this is against an E minor F sharp, sorry, minor 9 kind of thing, or like 13. Yeah, I like minor. I like Dorian. It's nice. But yeah, so like whatever you're doing or wherever you are on your journey, like I'm still on that journey, you know, and I feel like I'm at the start of that journey. I feel like I'm a nothing. And I'm by no means I completed what I feel I completed guitar, you know. So that's what you want to get out of it. If you're happy playing 3 or 4 chords, great. That's really good. But sometimes in this guitar journey, you open one door and there's another 1,000 behind it, and then behind that one of those 1,000 there's another 1,000 and 10,000. It just never ends. So, which I like, but it can be frustrating. Don't get me wrong, I'm always kind of in that bracket of frustrated as well. I wish you well as well. Thank you. Hey Vulcan. I kind of moved away from alternate picking years ago. I used to play up in like all strictly alternate, so I can go back into it if I want to, but I'm not really an exercisey sort of person as well, so especially with not alternate picking. Oh man, that's a hard solo. Great job. I can't remember how you play it. It's not that I didn't get along with it, it's just my style changed. So I was heavily into like Dream Theater and like Petrucci and like all that shreddy 80s stuff, like Yngwie, Satriani. I know Satriani's not a strict alternate picker, but like Yngwie and those sorts of guys. And then I just sort of changed my sort of style, so I don't really look for alternate picking. It's not something I put my time into, really. Oh yeah, that's cool. I mean, I'm sure you get a lot for the. I mean, I learned a lot from Joe Petrucci back in the day, especially the timing sort of stuff. But it's not something I look for now. And what really needs, well, not that I need, I mean, you can improve on anything, but I mean, the difficulty of something which I like learn is not necessarily the best way. I like listening to stuff, and if something appeals to me, then I'll learn it. It doesn't necessarily mean a whole solo. I mean, I learned the Guthrie Ancestral solo is on my YouTube, but that's because the whole solo is amazing. But I don't really. I look for little licks or snippets. I listen to things. I'm like, what's that? And work out what they're doing. But I haven't worked out like a whole solo in ages. I just like nicking like little bits of ideas. Yeah, I agree. That last comment, I agree. Right, I'm gonna go in a second thing, but yeah, I mean, I've never wanted to just sort of sit down with doing exercises. I did in my early part of my guitar playing, so maybe it's helped me to what it is now, but I can say I've never sat down and gone like those kind of things for ages, you know, because I just think when you're playing something, like especially like saying like this, I go or going up and down a scale. It kind of just sounds like you're practicing scales, and you're practicing like exercises. So I try to step out of that because I used to do a lot of exercises, and then when I tried to incorporate an improvisation, it just didn't sound. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't sound musical. So this is why rhythm is the most important thing. And I drill this across the students, is like when you're playing, you have to be rhythmic. Otherwise it will just sound like you're playing an exercise or you're playing up and down a scale. So like I'll take some sort of rhythmic concept and just repeat it. Yeah, that's another thing, I am relaxed. But yeah, I will just normally take a rhythmic thing and just repeat it. So if I'm listening to this, ba 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 ba, da 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 da. So I'm just going to use that rhythm and manipulate it within the scale. So da 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 da. Already, like I'm playing within the scale, but it just sounds more musical. Just coming up with some rhythm and just repeating it, just get it in your vocabulary. Like it can be anything. Like I'll do this a lot. So like da 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 da, ba 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 ba. That's my rhythm. Okay, I'm just gonna do that. Da 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 da, ba 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 ba, ba 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 ba. Okay. Break. And then on the fourth time around, I might change it. Here. Ba da 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 da, ba da 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 da, ba da 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 da. That's my new rhythm. Okay. So watch. So I'm playing around with rhythm all the time. you need fretboard knowledge to obviously know the scale, but the rhythm just comes with the timing. That is the main thing. So I'm thinking I know what the scale is. My phone might run out of battery, right? I'm on live on my phone, so if I just suddenly go, it's not because I'm cutting you off, I'm just letting you know. My battery might go. It's more about timing than anything. Like, just take something simple to begin with. So like da da da. I'm gonna do that. Ba ba ba. Ba ba ba. Simple. Yeah. Pentatonic. You follow the beat. Well, yeah, I'm following. I'm staying in time. Yeah. I'm not really following. Like, yeah, I'm just staying in time. I'm not thinking anything else really, but just making sure my timing's good. So like, come up with another one. Okay, so something like, I don't know. Ba 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 da. Ba 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 da. Ba 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 da. Da 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 da. Thanks, man. Da da da. I'm using the FM3 fractal. Da 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 da. Okay, ready? Then resolving it, so maybe on the last bar. I'm probably overthinking it now, but I mean, yeah, that's the idea I'm doing. Make sure my rhythm is tight and just exciting, because otherwise it's just going to sound like this. It's hard for me to play like that, actually. It's like I practice my scales because I know it, but it's no use to me if I'm not putting any sort of rhythmic value to it. Now I'll do the same thing, put some rhythmic value to it. So you need subtle breaks? Not really, I'm just making breaks because it's just, if I just went on all the time it would just, that's the trouble with guitar. It's like if we had a saxophone we can breathe, or any sort of brass we can breathe. Guitarists we can just go on without all all day. So it's important to take breaks. Thanks, but definitely not. I'm not a master. Yeah, sometimes the the best thing you can play is not play. It's what you say less sometimes. Especially I like holding those like tension notes. Making those really squeeze the juice out of it. Like if I'm like. Little breaks, yeah, like fun. And sometimes like playing behind the beat is quite nice. More of like a jazz where I'm not on the grid the whole time. So like being lazy, like if I'm like see what I mean? Even though this is a tight timing, I'm sort of going against it, but I'm deliberately trying to pull back and not be on so much on that. try to play really behind and out. What is the sound so outside infusion? That's just particular things I'm using. I'm using a bit of melodic minor. I'm using a bit of sidestepping, like superimposing other things, chromaticism, bits and pieces like that. Yeah. But yeah, trying to be a bit behind and lazy with it sounds quite cool. A bit like on the grid, like if I start with on the grid, right? So that's like on the grid, but if I was a bit like lazy with it. It's harder, I think. Watching the videos helps me. I'm a shred guy, but I still improvise and picking. Yeah, I mean, like the musical thing is always it takes time. You just have to keep working on it. A good way is just, like I said, taking those small fragments of rhythm and just repeating it. That's a good way to just be musical with your playing. Don't worry about anything else. It's almost the notes aren't important. It's how you place the rhythm is the important part. So it's less about the notes and more about the rhythm. Hence, like when you go outside, you can pretty much play anything as long as your rhythm is strong. So like rhythmically. That's my rhythm. Do you practice with the metronome? Yeah, I do. I mean, Guthrie, I'm sure he's played with great drummers, right? Obviously, Mark Minimum has obviously played with the metronome, how tight he is. I would say if you want to have good timing, then you should play the metronome. Say if you're in a session or you're recording, the likelihood is you're going to be playing with a metronome. It's important that you're comfortable with the metronome. Even if you don't like playing with it, I would say it's important so you're not in a position where a metronome is on. Like a gig, so if you've got a gig and you're using your ears and there's a metronome, you should be comfortable with playing with a click even though you don't like to, if that makes sense. He may hate it, Guthrie may hate it, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not a bad thing to be able to do. Yeah, I do practice with a metronome. Do you have any favourite melodic minor? Just scrolling down the chat. Yeah, it can be awkward. Depends where I am on the fretboard. Like most of my scales I look at from the E string and the A string. So say on this case is F sharp, I'm using F sharp melodic minor. So I will see it, say if I'm using this F sharp here, it's important just not to know one shape. So I would see it from the little finger, middle finger and the first finger. So for instance my little finger I would see it as first finger. Yeah. So it depends where I am, but yeah, and then for the obviously the E, if I do it like here, I'll be. Yeah, I would see it everywhere the best you can. So from little finger up here. And then if you can from the D as well, so if I'm seeing it, G string, sorry, I do apologise. But they all blend into one for a while, if that makes sense. It's the same, and obviously that language is the same as. Cheers, buddy. Have a good one. Thanks for joining me. Sorry if I spouted on a bit. It's the same language as if you're playing the altered scale, right? The melodic minor, because it's the seventh mode of melodic minor. So if I'm here, I'm playing F sharp melodic minor. That's the same as playing G altered. If that makes sense. Sorry, F altered. So F altered is the same as playing like F sharp melodic minor. So all that same vocabulary is the same. If that makes sense, it's the same stuff. So if I'm playing, for instance, G altered. G altered is the same as A flat melodic minor. Yeah, that's the way I think of it. So yeah, it's important to learn your scales on as many strings as you can, but mainly the E and A, you'll cover quite a lot like that, and you'll be able to go anywhere. So like if I'm here, F sharp here, I'm like, where's the F sharp melodic minor? Just learn them in little chunks. Yeah, that's the way I would see it. All around the neck, like you would any other scale as well. Oh, thanks, mate. Thank you. I'm trying, or I try. Depends what day it is. Depends what time I wake up. Let me know what are you guys working on. Let me know what questions you have. Anything you're working on. What do you find difficult? Let me see if I can help. What you find difficult about the guitar? Like someone mentioned melodic minor, trying to find the right path. Oh, you did, wasn't it? Yeah. Sorry, it was yourself. Anything like that. Let me know. See if I can help. go as well. Thanks guys for just joining me, and I think we had fun. Hopefully some of you did. Hopefully some of you learned some stuff. Let me know if you, before I go, anything you want to do. If you haven't, please go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're on this live, yeah, go and subscribe please. If you share video, much appreciated. I uploaded one yesterday, go and check that out. Leave a comment on any of my stuff, I do get back to you. Give it a like, give it a share, give it a subscribe, yeah, much appreciated. But yeah, if you've got anything else you want me to go over, let me know in the next 30 seconds, because otherwise yeah, I'm going to shoot. You go get some lunch and then walk my dog because she's pestering here outside. So yeah, anything else going on? Anything else you want me to go over? Let me know. It's cool you guys chat away though, and you ask good questions. I'm just scrolling back. Yeah. No, nothing else. No one got anything? Countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, someone's got one in the nick of time. On the space that ends from sound that. So a good way to do that is is the like hybrid picking stuff. I think that's a good space to do if you can get into that. Like that kind of thing you're saying. Yeah, that's hybrid picking. That was the best way for me, I think, to get some spaced out kind of intervallic sound, because you can jump intervals quite nicely. Like, especially if I'm like. That's the way I think of it. If I want an intervallic sound, it's hybrid picking. It's a nice way to get that kind that's the way I like to do it. Hybrid picking. If you haven't got used to hybrid picking, definitely recommend that for the interval. It's a lot easier than just picking it all, especially with the jump stuff. You can really jump strings just with pick. And when I hybrid pick, I'm literally just doing a pick on my middle finger. Yeah. Thanks, Federico, Uruguay. Nice. What's the time there? Man, I can't recommend this PRS enough. I did go on about it at the start of the lesson. Start of the stream. It's literally an SE. It cost me £650. Nothing compared to the core models. I know they're like a few grand, but yeah, highly recommend this. It's a PRS DGT model. No, haven't modded it at all. It's as it comes. I haven't even replaced the nut. Stays in tune nicely low. 9:11 AM. Okay, so you're 4 hours behind. Yeah, haven't even replaced the nut, so it works really nice. As you can see it on this live stream, I haven't even had to tune it at all. Really nice. Right, guys, I will see you. I'll probably do another stream tomorrow. I'm going to start doing some regular ones and uploading and that. So may come on later today again, but if not, probably tomorrow. Cheers, everyone. Take care. Have a good day, and yeah, get practicing, because I'm going to do that as well. See you, boys and girls.